Hi guys. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video. If you don't know me, my name is Mayanda and I'm usually with my husband, but he's currently on a work trip. He's been away for about, I think it's almost 6 months now. He'll be back soon, so don't worry about that. I'm actually super excited for him to come back. Like, I can't wait. Long distance has been the bottom, Sana, the pits, the ghetto, Yongelando. But yeah, he'll be back soon. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for returning. Thank you for supporting our content. We love you. So today I thought I should do a little sit down, a little story time, and tell you guys about the birth of our son. So if you don't know, we have a son. His name is Limelwe. Limelwe ukubongwa igama lika Yehova, or limelwe ukudunyiswa igama lika Yehova. Langa Mnyandu, that is his name. He is now 3 years old. The fact that we have a 3-year-old is sending me, because this guy has a mind of his own. He talks, he's just and he's a boy, so he's very busy, he's a lot. But he is our constant reminder that God performs miracles all the time, that he still performs miracles even in today. So he was born back in 2020. But yeah, let's get into the video, let's get into the story. This was 3 years ago, so some of the things are still a little, not still a little, but are a little fuzzy in terms of actual dates or days. But yeah, let's get into the story. So guys, let me just grab my water. Grab your own little drink. I'm having water, warm water, because a girl is trying to lose weight. And I feel like weight loss is something else. It's another topic that we need to discuss on another day. But Sana is the ghetto. Anyway, Mamelanike guys. So I had just entered 6 months of pregnancy. Okay, this is now, I think it was my son was born on the 24th. So the 20th, right? My son was born on a Friday, so Tuesday. So Tuesday, it's the 20th. I had just entered my 6 months of pregnancy. I was here at home. We were in lockdown, hard lockdown, 2020. You guys remember 2020, hard lockdown. I'm at home. Sana, you need permits to travel. Last situation, I don't want to say too much because trauma, but last situation, guys, deep in COVID. 6 months of pregnancy, and I started experiencing a little bit of cramping. So I got pregnant out of wedlock, and I didn't want to be that girl or tefa, you know, because the person I can tefa for, who put us, we both put ourselves in this situation, but how we got here, the other person I can tefa with wasn't around. Not that he wasn't around, but he lived in Joburg. So I was here in Centurion, and I was with my parents, and I didn't want to be that girl. I didn't want to tefa and be like a baby, but so I kept quiet. But I could feel, man, cramping, you know. There's some cramping, and it's my first pregnancy, so I'm just assuming I wait normally, like my baby is stretching, growing, ligament pains. I thought it was ligament pains. Man. So I was like, there's no need to say anything. Fine, no problem. And at that point I was doing my honors, guys. So late at night I'd be by myself in the lounge, like working on my assignment, working on my thesis paper. So do you understand? It was a lot. So anyway, I'm 17. Fine. Sivuke Wednesday morning, tibe right, like I had no pain anymore. Fine, and I don't even know if it was on this day or the following day, but I think it was this day. Yeah, it was Wednesday. So Wednesday, right, I can't be 10. Mind you, there's also high levels of stress because yonke laa nto intlawulo being discussed and lobola negotiations and either if you've been in the situation, you know the kind of questions that adult people ask you. Story for another day. But I was in that meko kubone, so it was a very depressing time, but also I didn't get to enjoy the pregnancy during that time. It was emotions were high, anxiety was high, kubone, yeah. So no problem. Wednesday be right way to Wednesday ahambe. Hey, later on pamo 7 mosi abantu are preparing now. It's just after dinner, people are preparing to go to bed. The toilet ndiyochama ne ansithi ndiyasula man conte off yabo. I look and there's a bit of blood on my tissue paper. So I'm like, okay, this is not blood is scary, so you know, let me go to my parents. Let me go to my mom, not my parents, my mom. Let me go to my mom. I go upstairs, I go to my mom, and I'm like, bruh bruh, I'm bleeding. And she's like, what? Like, she literally, you know how moms, like when you wake them up, how they kind of, so she kind of like sits up from bed and she's like, what do you mean you're bleeding? And so I tell her, I went to the bathroom, peed, hagir, hair and man. Then she's like, okay, let's, literally this is her, okay. Okay. So she says, let's get dressed, let's go. There's a 24/7 like mediclinic up the road from our house. So she's like, let's go there, yabo. As everyone is getting dressed and I start feeling this cramping again. I'm like to my mom, yesterday I felt this cramping at night, today I'm feeling this cramping again at night, and it's coupled with bleeding. Something is wrong. She's like, girl, ndiyakova. Mind you, the week before on Friday, I was just at my gynae. For my check. You know, those OB checks that you get during pregnancy. So I was just there and nothing was wrong. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days later, you know, hey guys, fine. Hey, this cramping, it intensifies. Sometimes it's like, but because I'm a person with period pains, naturally I'm a person with period pains during my period, I was like, it's bearable right now. Come on. I mean, I'm serious, guys. At this point, I'm like huddled over, I'm like bent over because I'm trying to, like, I don't know when you're in pain and I'm like huddled over. I didn't even make it through the door. They were like, Unitas. They were like, send her to Unitas because we don't have equipment for pregnant people here. We don't have like qualified OBs. Like, it's just GPs, yabo. So we're going to Unitas. Yeah? At this point, it's late, man, guys. I don't even remember. I'm trying to make pango 9, 10. Unitas, yeah? Fine. Speak Unitas, it's COVID, remember. So speak Unitas, you are palisa mos paya. Don't. Ufika paya. There's nurses sitting there. You are palisa by kabala. Don't. Back going to temperature. You get land. Hey, I'm in pain, man. So this one of the nurses, very kind lady, she decides to go get a wheelchair for me. Get a wheelchair, hlale phansi, bathathi medical aid card, yonke laa nto, ne? And uchaze ke ba ingxaki ithini, nditsho ke ba I'm 6 months pregnant, I'm bleeding and I'm cramping. I'm feeling a lot of pain. At this point, it was pain, but at some point it was cramping. But I couldn't explain. But and ilapho phambili into. Fine, then they say, okay, we're gonna zoom her into the emergency room. Parents, you guys stay out here. Ne? At this point, I'm texting my baby daddy because I'm like, Sana, something's wrong. Yabo. Fine. See, to figure the emergency room, they immediately get me on a bed. they page a doctor or call a doctor in. A gynae comes through and he checks. The nurses check my blood pressure, check. Yeah? Then they do the thing, the ultrasound thing. Hey, the doctor's like, look at your baby. He's so happy. Ever. He's so happy. Don't yambona phake ulimelo uyachapa. Escreaming, kumnanda phakwe. Ever. So everything is fine with him. The fluid is enough. You're getting right. I can't do wrong. Ever. But personally, I'm in pain. Okay? Anyway, if I could explain the pain at that point, I think, or if I could rate it, I think it was probably like a 4. I would say it was like a 4. Ever. Fine. Then, bandi injected into your pain. Bandi injected. In fact, I think they injected me on my bum. But I get injected. Ne? I get injected, and then after that, ndinikwe gown to manchit. Ndinikwe gown, ndinikwe gown yabo ndihlale pha ebhedini. Then they come with those things in a yazimos as those zihlala pha esuswini zimonitorisha the baby's heart rate and. So fakwazazi into ndihlale. So Leanne and I at this point are texting back and forth, yabo. But team progress, and mind you, he's in Joburg. I'm in Centurion. Fine. I stayed there, I think about 2 hours. At this point, it's like midnight. Guys, when I say I was down bad, like the longer I stayed on that bed, the more painful it got. And mind you, aircon it ne blasting the aircon on Jakodola. It's the middle of July. It's July, so it's cold. It's winter. Blasting the aircon, figuring wear a mask because it's COVID, and I'm uncomfortable because I can't even sit on the side or whatever. Like I can't lay on the side because of these things. I have to sit still, and I'm in pain. Ne? At this point, pain is hitting 5.56. Ines is a guy on checkish, yabo. Atikum or as on checkish akala and patella manzi and 30 minutes later kufika sis and Ines, yabo, another sister. Afike atigele medical aid yako does not want to admit you. Medical aid yako does not cover this hospital. However, we're going to transport you to another hospital. Then that's get like stubborn, bring it up. So I ask questions, but is it necessary to be admitted? But it's just for observation purposes because they don't know why I'm cramping. They don't know why I'm bleeding. So it's for observation purposes. Then they say, then I say, call my gynae. Call her sis, because I went to go see her on Friday. Call her sis. Hey, they try my gynae. Okay, dololo, ikea, ever. Which I get because it's not like she works at a hospital. She works at like a private clinic. She knocks in at 5 or whatever. It's 8. She knocks out at 5. So, okay, I was probably sleeping. Kuwani. Fine. Yeah, I'm seven guys. I'm still in pain, eh? I'm still in so much pain. So the doctor comes because the sisters can't convince me to be transferred because they were calling ambulances. Then transfer ambulance, guys. Like the ambulance to transfer all the way to Pretoria, to another private hospital in Pretoria. And if I remember the name of it, I think it was Life Pasture or something like that. I'll put the name here. But because I'm transferred because my medical aid doesn't cover Unitas Hospital. So at that point, I'm hurtful. I'm by myself. It's COVID. I'm scared. I'm in pain. Yeah. So I was like, I want to go home. I was like, I want to go home. Let me go home. Yeah. They're like, no, we can't let you go home. You need to stay for observation. I'm like, bring the doctor. They bring the doctor. The doctor's like, girl, we cannot let you go home. I'm like, listen, you're saying it's just for observation purposes. I will wear a pad. I will see my gynae first thing in the morning on Thursday. Party. And I have a fear of sleeping at the hospital. I don't know why. I've never slept at a hospital. I have a fear of sleeping at hospitals. I don't know why. So, And then me and the doctor go back and forth, okay? Him trying to convince me trying to convince him, because I have a smart mouth. Honestly, looking back, I should have gone to the hospital. Honestly, looking back, I should have gone to the next hospital. Maybe I wouldn't have given birth, but anyway. So they're like, okay, cool, you have to sign, there's this thing that you sign, a form that you sign to say was discharging it, basically. You refused help, you refused to be admitted, was discharging. Fine, but he only gave me those papers on the basis that, or on the promise that I would go first thing in the morning to see my gynae. I said, cool. Signed the papers, diabetes. I'm still in pain, guys. Lando la shot bandigayona has done nothing for my pain. In fact, it felt like it had increased my pain. Fine, so at this point I was sleeping with my little sister, because downstairs, so where I am now, my grandfather was around. He was here from Port Elizabeth. He was visiting, so my room was occupied. So I was sleeping with my sister upstairs, and mind you, like I said, I was doing my honors at UJ, so I was staying in UJ at Res. So I was back because of the lockdown. In fact, I came back for my birthday. Then got pregnant. Then anyway, then Cyril shut the country down the next week, like Yongeland. So I was living with my sister, sharing my sister's room with her. So we get home, it's now around like 1 a.m. We get home, I get into bed, I try and sleep. Sana, in fact, it wasn't that bad, I think, but maybe a 7, maybe my pain was at a 7. Fine, the next day I try and get a hold of my gynae. I can't book an appointment, she's fully booked. I then go down the street as well. In our area there is another gynae there. I make an appointment with this guy. Fine, he has space, I go there. Get there, I explain by symptoms. I explained by, was at the hospital yesterday, they said I should see a gynae first thing in the morning, and. So this guy, I don't know, okay, no problem, let's go to the examination room. Get to the examination room, I sleep there, I lay on the bed. And the guy is in those corner. If I get those corner, perfectly fine, taking a nap, in fact, in the middle of the day. Perfectly fine hanging out, right? Then he says, no, let me use the other one that goes down south. He does the things, add to this guy, let me examine you with a physical exam with his hands. Fighting afaki gloves and the most painful thing. People say, a lot of people would say it's uncomfortable. I would say it's painful. To each their own. Lando, your examiner. Paisans. And easy. So fine, the guy does the things, and then he says to me, listen, when he takes out his hand, there's some blood on his hand, right? On his glove. He says, I see you're still bleeding a little bit, and I noticed that your cervix is a little soft. I think you have a very bad case of a UTI. Ne? He says, I think you have a very bad case of UTI. UTIs are very common in pregnancy. So he says, I think you have a very bad case of UTI. He prescribes some medication, prescribes me to rest, and then he refers me to his friend who is an OB, right, specialist. He says to me, call him. If anything gets worse, if it gets worse, call him or call the hospital, or just pitch up at the hospital and ask for him. Here's your referral letter. Cool. Then obviously my mom and I go to Discam, we get the medication, we come home. I take the medication, I take a nap. Nah? I think I even took a nap on the couch because I wasn't meaning to take a nap, but I take the medication, I take a nap. I wake up later on in the evening, I have dinner. I'm still in pain, but it's bearable. Remember, it's Thursday, né? The 23rd of July. Fine. Then now it's later on, everyone's going to bed. Let me just go lay in bed. Yeah, go lay in bed. Guys, my pain went from a 7.5 to a 10. Okay, in a matter of the minute I laid down, yeah, the pain shot. And at this point, it's no longer my lower belly, it's here, my lower back. Ne? Guys, I'm in pain, man. Hey, I'm in pain. And there's nothing I can do. There's no position I can sit in. There's no amount of rocking I can do to alleviate a little bit of the pain. I was just in pain. And it was constant. It wasn't coming and going. It was constant pain. Just pain. Yeah, and so that's why in my head, it never clicked back, but it's labor. Because in my head, remember, it's my first child. And all the research I've done is that contractions are in and out. You go, peak of the contraction, and then then you're fine. Then in the next 5 minutes, you go, peak of the contraction, and then you're fine. So in my head, and in my mother's head as well, it can't be labor, because we didn't even think, guys, labor wasn't even a thought. Okay, labor was not even a thought, because remember, the guy said an extreme case of UTI. And into that and I'm thinking, at this point I thought maybe something's wrong with my kidneys, maybe I have a kidney stone. Like, guys, it was, I had never in my life ever, I can confidently say I'd never in my life experienced such pain. Guys, so sister's one little lie, my little sister. Hey, she was worried, shame no. The man in Fogaman City, are you okay? Do you need water? And you're like, right, go back to sleep. I wanted to go back to sleep because she's going to school tomorrow. It's during the week, guys. It's normal times. It's normal times. It's not like, school is online, yes, but she's going to school tomorrow. So I wanted to go back to sleep. I wanted to get proper rest. Hey, Sana, Ati. I'm correct. Hey, I think she asked me about 3 times. Then at that point, she was starting to ask, okay, should I call mom now? And I'm like, no, let's give it an hour, because I want people to sleep. I don't want to be like Kelly Defayo already send moshi like I'm pregnant out of wedlock, like, and then dim low, I'm in pain. So I didn't want to be that girl, man. Anyway, I'm saying, guys, my sister tries to sleep. 30 minutes later, she wakes up. She's like, should I call mom now? I'm like, let's give it an hour. But I'm in pain. Ne? Fine. Eventually, after about 4 times, my sister asked me if she called my mom. I think Pango 5xn. In fact, go 4xn. She goes and calls my mom. My mom and my dad come and they pray. Hey, they pray, guys. Hey, they pray. Ne? They pray. At this point, because Kalongzana, something is wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, something is really, really wrong. Guys, and you must know at that point, like, once your dad lays hands on you, my boy, once your dad lays hands, my mothers are very spiritual, but once your dad lays hands on you, you must know banewari bonakala at this point. And my dad lays hands on me, they pray. Fine. Then they say, try and sleep. They go back to sleep. I don't think they went back to sleep, especially my mom. I think she tossed and turned. And Pang was 6, Sana, my sister went to go call them, like, that girl's not okay. She looks like she's about to die. Like, right. Yeah, guys, fine. I'm not busy. And my mom comes, she's like, let's go downstairs, let's go put you in a warm bath. Maybe that will help you relax, help your muscles relax, and so she goes, she opens a bath for me, she runs a bath for me. I get into the bath. It's Friday morning now, it's like 6-7 a.m. Sana, I have no way of explaining the amount of pain I was in. At this point, my pain is a 10.5, solid 11. I am my mom had to come help me bath because I couldn't do anything. I was in pain. Hey, fine. After I get out of the bath, I put on some sweatpants and a top and I go sit in the lounge, on the couch. My mom puts a bunch of pillows, she gets me comfortable, and then her and my dad decide, no, we have to take her to the hospital. And Nazbah, by the way, another thing, I have no clothes because remember I was coming for the weekend, for my birthday weekend. I was not coming to stay. And that was before the country was locked down. My birthday is in March 28th. I think 3 days later or 4 days later, Cyril announced it's a lockdown. Yeah, well. So I had no clothes. I had the weekend clothes that I brought, and that was it. So my mom then rushes to the mall to go get me, you know, pajamas and to go to the hospital with, because in case I get admitted. Yeah, well. Fine. When she comes back, I think we had to wait a little bit because my dad had a meeting and he really wanted to come. So we had to wait a little bit for him to finish his meeting, and then we got into the car. And guys, on the way to Life Castleknoff, we're going to Life Castleknoff now, not Unitas. Life Castleknoff in Midrand. Guys, we're on the way to Life Castleknoff, man. My dad is trying to make conversation with me, and Divando. I'm like, At this point, I'm going, Yay! Because I'm in so much pain. Eva, Dimlo, all the way to the hospital. Mind you, Thatchfield, all the way to Life Castleknoff in Dimlo. I'm in pain. My dad, if you know my dad, he's a very friendly guy. He wants to have conversations. He wants to talk. Like, you know, he's that guy. I can't. I couldn't. So, we're going. My dad is speeding to Life Castleknoff, man. I speak Life Castleknoff. I speak up her. That figure chichiliza nemoto sana. Fika up Miss Moto. Kuze wheelchair kuza abantu ines. I don't know where they came from, but they come kuze wheelchair. The others are writing but okay, but come like 6 months pregnant. Yeah, I'm being wheeled off to a labor and delivery. In fact, not even labor and delivery. Where was I going? I was going to the maternity ward, not even labor and delivery. I was going to the maternity ward because in the meetings. And I could drive wheelchair. So I get maternity ward. Before so at that time, during COVID time, when you arrive as an inpatient, when you first arrive, you go into a private room. Then once you get tested for COVID and your results come back, then you go and be with other people. So I went into a private room by myself. I was told to take off my clothes, put on the gown, and nurses came in just to evaluate me. When's I high blood, BP, all of that thing. They set me up with the machines, and I was sitting on the bed, but I'm in pain. They injected me with steroids and they injected me with something for pain. It didn't work. The steroids were for Limelo's lungs, so that in the event that I am in labor, they help to strengthen his lungs, because I was 6 months pregnant, so not even full term, not even close to full term, 3 months shy of full term. So they were worried about that. So I got injected with steroids and into a pain. Nothing. Okay, at this point I'm screaming, and at this point it's like highs and lows. But the lows aren't not painful. They are still painful, but they are not like it's not restful, it's not peaceful, it's still pain, but it's a tolerable pain. And the highs are like, I can't even speak, I can't even have a conversation, I cannot even open my eyes. Like it's painful, guys. And into my lower back. Eventually, I think I was there for about 3 hours before a sister comes in and she says to me, let me do a cervical check, yeah? Which means let me check your paisans. I just came through that thing once on Wednesday night, once on Thursday. I was like, can't I was like, I'm not ready. I had just done it. Like, whew. So, guys. So, anyway, she's like, okay, sharp, I'll come back later. I'm in so much pain at that point. I don't even remember what happened between after that sister left and the time I was delivering. I don't remember. I went blank. I was in that much pain that I don't know what happened there. But all I can remember is screaming. And I remember somebody passing my room and saying, breathe through the pain. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, you have no idea how much pain I'm in, you know? That's all I remember about that period of time. Eventually the sister comes back and she does the check and she says, girl, you are definitely 10 centimeters dilated, definitely ready to push, definitely giving birth right now. And I'm like, wait, what? In fact, before that, prior to that, I did go to the bathroom and I felt really constipated. I felt like I needed to push, né? But I felt like I needed to push poop and not necessarily like push a baby. That's what it felt like. It felt like I needed to push poop. So I went to the bathroom, I sat on the toilet and I tried to push, but nothing was coming out. So I was like, ah, okay, whatever, it's fine. I went back to bed. After that, straight after that, the sister comes in, she's like, let me check you. So I felt like I needed to poop. She's like, I really need to check you. I'm like, yeah, I sat on the bathroom. She's like, did you push? I'm like, I tried to push something out, but nothing came out, you know, I don't know what's happening. She's like, let me check you because so she checks me. She's like, girl, you're definitely 10 centimeters dilated, definitely ready to push. It's time. Brain fog, stupidity. Me asking, can I get an epidural? Literally the sister laughed at me because, what do you mean, sweetie? Epidural at 10 centimeters dilated, it's too late. We are ready to push at this point. Yeah, so fine. At that point people started running in. There were alarms crying, wee guys. Literally, I think she pressed a button, she pressed something and there was like wee, like alarms going. Nurses running in and out, in with a baby, what is that thing, an incubator. In came an incubator, in came a silver thing like a bed, but it was silver. In came that, in came stuff weight, a lot of things came in, and nurses running up and down, in and out. Yeah, figure OB, the one that's going to deliver my baby. Figure OB introduces himself. Oh, my name is Dr. Banbani, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to push. We're going to do 2 push practices, and then you are going to deliver your baby. I quickly text Ndade, baby daddy. I'm like, bruh, I'm giving birth. I wish Mayanda can find a screenshot of those messages between us two during that time. That would be really cool to like put up here for you guys. I'll ask him, but I don't think he'll be able to find them. I mean, we've changed phones so much since then, so I don't think he'll be able to find it. But anyway, I text him back, I'm giving birth right now, let your parents know. I call my mom, I'm like, Mom, they say I'm ready to push, I'm in late. My parents that time are sitting in the parking lot, hey? Ever since they came to come drop me off, they just stayed in the parking lot. Because it's COVID, they can't come in. So I'm like, Mom, Bati, I'm delivering Gogo. What do you mean? Like, she started panicking. What do you mean? What are you delivering? You're 6 months pregnant. Like, you know, that whole confusion. And I'm like, yeah, people are running in and out here. It's really busy, but yeah, I thought I should just let you know, but I'm giving birth right now. Apparently, outside, they then got out of the car and tried to get in, you know? They tried to get in and they weren't allowed to get in because obviously it was COVID. But yeah, apparently my mom was in tears, like they begged and pleaded. I was by myself. You know, like it was just a very unfortunate situation, and I was, you know, wasn't ready to give birth. I wasn't ready to go into labor. My baby was only 6 months. We had just entered the 6th month. We hadn't even completed the 6th month. So yeah, it was very scary. But yeah, so the doctor then says we'll do practice pushes and then we'll get into it, right? So cool. I'm like, can I stand, like, I wanted to be on my 4. I felt like if I could get up and be on all 4s, it would be better for me. I don't know, but your body knows, guys. It felt like if I could get up and be on all 4s, it would be better, yeah, but they wouldn't allow me to because it was a high risk delivery, a premature baby. In fact, they call them it's a premature, I think, from 7 months, but before that I think it's a pre-preemie. What is it called? I'll look for the name and I'll put it here, but very, very tiny baby basically, and it's a very 50-50 in terms of survival, but yeah. So anyway, so I'm on my back, they push my legs up, there's a nurse on this side and a nurse on this side holding my legs up, so they've pushed my legs up, and the doctor says, okay, you're gonna push into the bed and out. So push into, the next time you feel pain, push into the bed, so push your bum really into the bed and then push out. Well, cool. And we do two practice pushes. We go. So I texted Mayanda around 8 p.m. Limelo was out at 8:24 p.m. So it really didn't take that long to push him out, because first and foremost, I think because he was a very tiny baby, of course, and yeah, he was a very tiny baby, so I think it was easier. But guys, the pushing, but I'd rather do the pushing than the contractions. Sana, I'd rather push than the contractions, because, and the ring of fire. So the ring of fire is once so this is your cervical hole. Once the baby's head is here, it literally feels like you're on fire. It burns, guys. It is so sore. It burns. So anyway, ring of fire. And there was a point where I was tired of pushing, like it was painful to push. Sorry guys, I have a new thing where my arms go numb. It literally starts from here and it just trickles down. It's uncomfortable. But anyway, so where was I? There was a point in my pushing where he was in the birth canal and I was tired of pushing, and the doctor literally was screaming at me like, push, 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 and I'm like, it's so, I'm in bed, and they're like, do you want your baby to survive? Do you want your baby? And I was like, sir. I was like, okay. And I started pushing again, and then straight after that, he just popped out, and there he was in all his dramatic glory. He did cry, like this tiny little cry, and they cut the cord and they literally just put him up like this. In fact, I think he could fit in their hand, in like one hand. They put him up and they're like, mommy, see your baby? And the doctor gave me my phone. He's like, take a quick picture. It was the pediatrician was the one showing me the baby, and my OB was like, take a quick picture. So I took my phone, I took a picture, and they zoomed away with him to the NICU, of course. And that was my labor, guys. They did some things down there. I don't, it was a blur, and they popped a pill up my behind for the pain. But yeah, guys, that was my delivery. After that, what happened? Nothing happened really. I think I passed out. I sent the picture to my mom and my dad. In fact, the doctor went outside to the parking lot to go speak to my mom and my dad to give them an update. Sent them the picture that I had taken. Sent obviously my husband the picture. He was my baby daddy / boyfriend at the time. And yeah, and then I think I passed out really. I think we posted the date on Instagram, like on our stories, like 24/07/2020, forever engraved in our hearts. And that was that. Nobody knew I was pregnant also, so that was kind of how we announced Limelo's arrival to the world. And I think I slept. Obviously, as much sleep as you can get in a hospital. Nurses come in and out literally like all the time. The next morning I woke up and my results for COVID came back, and I was positive. I had COVID, so I couldn't go see my baby in the NICU because I had COVID. And yeah, they were sending me home to in fact, they were keeping me for one more day, and then they were going to send me home to rest. So this was Saturday my results came back. I had COVID. I couldn't go see my baby. I was very sad, guys. I was like, oh, I was so sad. I so sad. But the NICU staff at Life Casanov, angels. They were sending pictures every other hour. They were sending videos of him. So yeah, if I can find any of the pictures, if my husband is okay with that, if I can find any of the pictures, we'll put some pictures here. But he was very tiny, guys. He was very tiny. He could fit in Mayanda's hand, and for me, he could come, I think he came up to about here. It's very tiny. So yeah, I couldn't see my baby. I was very depressed. I was very sad. Sunday morning I was discharged. I went to go get my medication for COVID. You know, the vitamins that they would give you and all that supplements. I went to go get those, and after that I just went home to quarantine. And yeah, that was the birth of Limelwe. The next video we're gonna shoot is actually our NICU journey with our little guy. Mayanda will hopefully be here. I want him to be here for this so that you can get his perspective, because yeah, he wasn't there for the birth. He actually did come, shame he just didn't make it in time. He didn't make it in time first for the birth, but he was in the parking lot, and also he wasn't going to be allowed in. So I think he came while I was pushing. I think he arrived while I was pushing, but they wouldn't let him in because of COVID. So yeah, so that was that. So for the NICU journey, we'll take you guys through our NICU journey, how we navigated that, how long he stayed in the NICU, and when he is here, which is in a couple of days. Literally, we're counting days, and we'll shoot that for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. That is how Limelwe Langa was born in all his dramatic entrance. But yeah, he's such a precious gift to us, and he's a daily reminder of God's miracle working power, his ability to answer prayers, and his ever presence, or how ever present he is in our lives. But yeah, he's our constant. We still call him the miracle baby. We've been calling him the miracle baby since he was born at 6 months of gestational age. So yeah, that is the story of how our baby was born. I hope you guys did enjoy that. Comment down below any questions you guys have about the birthing experience. I did give birth naturally, so I don't know anything about any other way of giving birth. Yeah, but comment down below any questions you have, and if you've made it to the end of the story, please put a blue heart for our little boy. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked this video, please do click that like button. If you're not subscribed, why you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, you guys. And yeah, share this video with your friends and your family and your cousins and your brothers and your sisters and all of that. But we do appreciate, we do appreciate you guys so much. We love you. Until next time.